So we just wrapped up the first video for Music and Movie Mondays. It was on ATL. If you haven't seen it, shame on you first off, but go check it out. All right. Now, before I even shot that video, I happened to come across this right over here. So you know I had to talk about it. This is Kanye West's body of work right over here. And you see what it says, this is the best discography in hip hop, and it's not even close. Kanye started off as a producer, and he was a great one too. And it showed in his music, especially right around this time over here, because you can see the passion he had in his music. And not to mention, he started off a little trend, because each of the songs that he did on that album and all the albums afterwards, he would have about like 3 to 5 to 7 producers on one song. Now, he became one of the best rappers that we know of all time to this day, right? But for me to sit up there and say that he got the best body of work, I can't do that because I love music so much. Like, you got a lot of Kanye fans that's going to sit up there and go for that, and you can see it for yourself. But me, I can't do that because you got so many people out there. You got Hove, you got Snoop, you got Ice Cube, you got Scarface, you got E40, you got Master P, you got 50 Cent, you got Rick Ross, you got Gucci Mane, you got T.I., you got Ludacris, you got Lil Wayne. You know what I'm saying? Lil Wayne, you got Young Jeezy, you got UGK, Outkast. First off, T.I., Gucci Mane, Young Jeezy, Lil Wayne, Rick Ross, them 5 alone. I'm going to throw 50 Cent in there too. Them 6 right there alone got classic mixtapes and albums. So for me to just sit up there and pick one, I can't do that. But this is what we about to do right now while I'm talking about this. We're going to actually sit up there and go back in time because I want to talk about some things right here. So when Kanye dropped his first 3 albums, I ain't gonna lie, Jit snapped. He had College Dropout, he had Late Registration, and he had Graduation. He definitely snapped when he dropped Graduation, because I just want to remind y'all, he dropped that the same day 50 Cent dropped his album, okay? 50 Cent was the first week sales king at that point, because he had Get Rich or Die Trying and The Massacre out already, okay? Get Rich or Die Trying sold 870-something thousand copies his first week. The Massacre sold about 1 million something copies his first week. And let me just remind you, both albums dropped on a Thursday. Back then, around that time, albums would come out on a Tuesday. So let me just remind y'all, even though Get Rich or Die Trying sold 800-something thousand copies his first week, if he would have dropped it on a Tuesday, he would have still probably been in the millions. You feel me? So he had 2 days worth of album sales that he didn't get. I just want to throw that out there. And not to mention, that man international too. That's a whole different type of money. So for Kanye to sit up there and beat him when it came to that, everybody was definitely proud of him. And he definitely put the backpack rap on the forefront after that. So it was some things that changed right after Graduation came out. He got his deal with Nike and he dropped his Yeezys. But unfortunately, his mother passed away. And that's how this album came out right over here. This had a lot of auto-tune because auto-tune was hot right around this time over here. And the thing is, he wasn't doing no rapping, but you got a lot of folks out here that got inspired by this album. And as a matter of fact, I hear more people talk about they got inspired by this album than any other Kanye West album. I'm going to just keep it real with y'all. Now, things definitely did start to change a little bit. I feel like once he ran up on that stage and took Taylor Swift award and sat up there and did all that unnecessary stuff, you already know people couldn't stand him after that, though. But that's when this album came out. I feel like he was talking about Amber Rose a lot on this album right over here. But this was a great album. And let me just remind y'all, this album right here got 5 mics from the source. You already know the source just don't sit up there and just rate everybody 5 mics on the source. It was only 2 albums that got 5 mics from the source that year. It was his album, and then you had Bun B's album. Shout out to Bun B. I don't eat red meat no more, but when I go to Houston, I'm going to definitely get a Trill Burger. I'm just letting y'all know right now. My stomach probably going to be hurting, but I don't care. I already know it's going to be worth it. So, anyway, this was a classic album right over here. I already told y'all he had nothing but like 7, 8, 9 producers on one song. And he did the same thing for this album right here. Watch the Throne, him and Jay-Z. Both of these albums right here was classic. This ended up winning a Grammy too. That's how you know this album was good right over here. Now, this is where it get tricky right over here. Y'all see this album right over here. That's Jesus. Now, I ain't forget when that album first came out, y'all was doing a lot of complaining. Sitting there talking about something, y'all ain't really like that album like that because it sounded rushed or whatever. And the thing is, though, I ain't gonna lie, I did like that album. He had some good songs on there, but everybody got their own opinion. And I understand because I guess he did the beats first and then tried to do the vocals a couple weeks before he had to turn the album in. But it is what it is. Now this album right over here, I ain't gonna lie, I liked it when I first heard it, and mostly everybody else like it, but it ain't got that same effect on me when I listen to it like a second, third, or fourth time. But that's just me. One thing that I love about Kanye is the fact that he manifested all the stuff that he was talking about when he was going on all his rants back in 2013. You feel me? Because when he was doing that, y'all was sitting up there looking at him like he a crazy fool. You know what I'm saying? He don't know what he talking about. He need to humble himself. He just talking nonsense and all this stuff. And look, he ended up proving a lot of folks wrong. Okay, he sat up there and manifested what he was talking about. And he sat up there and created a $1 billion company. That is something to definitely be proud of. You heard him. He said the Yeezy done jump higher than the jump man. You feel me? Off of shoes. But the thing is with him, I don't be caring to hear all them rants. I'm going to keep it real with y'all. I don't really care to hear it. And part of the problem is y'all. Because y'all be feeding into most of his mess. All right? Y'all, he know he got an audience, so he going to keep doing what he do. Because that's just like a child. Okay? A child going to keep doing what they do because they know you going to feed into it. If you stop feeding into it, they not going to do it no more. I ain't saying that he ain't going to stop doing what he do, but he may slow down a tad bit. Because, like, all his rants from, like the last past 7-8 years, I ain't even entertained. I ain't click on it. I ain't want to read about it. I don't know what he talking about because I don't want to hear that nonsense. I don't want to hear that mess. I ain't going to say it's nonsense, but I just don't want to hear it at all. Okay, y'all be feeding into everything that he be doing, and that's why he be sitting there doing what he be doing. And, you know, when you do that stuff, that's how people start to, you know, start feeling themselves a little bit. Not saying he doing that, but y'all got to stop that mess. Okay, y'all part of the problem. So back to the music. When he dropped Ye, this around the time that he was doing the Good Music Friday thing where he was dropping a 7-song album every Friday. He started off with Pusha T, and that ended up being the best album that came out of all them albums. Shout out Pusha T. But I ain't really care for Ye. I ain't really care for Kid See Ghost either when he dropped those. I like Kid Cudi too. Shout out Kid Cudi. But I don't know if I can't just get past the antics or whatever. But I ain't really been checking for none of his later music anyway. And I can't even tell you, because I ain't listen to Jesus is King. I ain't listen to Donda. I ain't listen to Donda 2. I can't even tell you them projects is good or not, because I ain't been looking for it. You feel me? I'm trying to listen to Vultures 1 right now. The album that he just did with Ty Dolla $ign. Shout out Ty Dolla $ign too, because him, DJ Mustard, YG, them boys had the game in the chokehold 14 and 15. You feel me? Y'all know what I'm talking about. But other than that though, Kanye West is one of the greatest rappers of all time. Okay, I ain't taking none from him. You feel me? So say like, even though I might not like this album or that album, he got billions of people that do like these albums. Okay, same thing with his fashion sense. Cause at one point, you know, he's known for his fashion. Everybody liked this fashion, but then he started doing his own thing, and everybody won't really care for it no more. But the thing is though, he got billions of people that's following behind him that will like it. You feel me? Because just the same thing like I told y'all earlier about 50 Cent being international. He's definitely international now. You feel me? Every time they do a fashion week somewhere out there in Paris or in Italy or something like that, you going to catch him out there. All right? So, G ain't no joke at all. You feel me? So, other than that, though, even though I might not like this album or that album, he's still one of the greatest rappers of all time, okay? And he does got a solid body of work, regardless. So, say, like, even though this album might kind of be weak compared, because he don't have no bad albums at all. Let me just throw that out there. He don't got no bad albums at all. So even if somebody might not like this album, he got so many projects that will outweigh that one bad apple anyway. You feel me? So that's all I got to say about that. What y'all feel about this? Do y'all feel like he got the best body of work when it comes to making albums? Or who do y'all think got the best body of work? Y'all let me know in the comments. Other than that though, man, y'all be safe out there.